On October 12, the two main Palestinian political groups, Fatah and Hamas, announced a reconciliation deal in Cairo. The deal, mediated by Egypt, was hailed a success for regional diplomacy. But have both groups actually settled their differences, and will this deal benefit the Palestinian people? Hamas and Fatah had a falling out in 2006 after Hamas, led by Ismail Haniyeh, won nationwide elections. Unwilling to cede power to Hamas, Fatah organised paramilitary units of several thousand fighters in Gaza with the goal of overthrowing the democratically elected Hamas government. But Hamas was successful in preempting Fatah loyalists. The split was bloody, as more than 600 people died during the clashes. Hamas took control of the Gaza Strip, and Fatah remained in power in the West Bank. Negotiations and peace efforts between the two main parties have since failed, but this time, Egypt pushed harder for the deal to come through. This was mainly for two reasons. The first being the need to partner with Hamas to stop the weapons flow into the Sinai Peninsula, and the second is for Egypt to regain relevance as an important player in regional diplomacy. Egypt also has significant leverage over Hamas, as the closing of the Rafah border has caused a severe humanitarian crisis, affecting nearly 2 million people unable to access basic goods and electricity. The details of the deal between Hamas and Fatah are not yet finalised, as talks will resume on November 21st. But what we know so far is that points discussed include the reopening of the Rafah crossing to Egypt under the control of Palestinian Authority presidential guards on November 1st. The resumption of PA governance in Gaza started on December 1st. And third, the reintegration of Hamas officials into the PA ministries in Gaza. If the deal is indeed finalised, then there would be important benefits, particularly for Gazans, such as the ending of sanctions against Hamas put in place by the Palestinian Authority since August, and in turn the resumption of funding of essential government functions such as electricity and employee salaries. Additionally, a unified Palestinian government would arguably gain a stronger hand in negotiations with Israel. However, there are still big questions over the reconciliation process. For one, what would become of Hamas's armed wing? There has been no mention of any effort to integrate Hamas forces with Fatah. There has also been no talk of general elections or reconvening the elected Palestinian Legislative Council. The inclusion of Hamas within the Palestinian Liberation Organization, the body that negotiates with Israel, has also not been mentioned. More importantly, even if Hamas and Fatah were to agree on all these issues, the US and Israel are not happy about Hamas's inclusion in the unity government. The US has set an ultimatum for Hamas to disarm and recognize Israel as a condition for future negotiations, while Israel has said that it will not negotiate with a Palestinian unity government if Hamas is involved. Not to forget that the US and other foreign powers were linked with the Fatah-led coup in Gaza in 2006 and still consider Hamas a terrorist organization. And so many are still skeptical about the permanence of this deal. That could either be a temporary fix between old friends or the resumption of disunity and conflict among Palestinians.